even with this girl, that's the power of being a beautiful woman. Is I remember I text her afterwards, and I was like, "If you want to do that again, but just us, let me know." And she's like, "Nah, not really. Just just with the guy." And I was like, "All right, well, I don't know why you thought I would be into that.
Yeah,
like,
what
that's
about
not something
you?
just like. Can you imagine if I fucking did that to her?
Oh my god!
If I just
that's
if
rape.
I just had a dude come in,
she would have a $1 million blogging career. What if that was Sady Doyle? Have you ever seen Sady Doyle?
Dude, I'm like the guy that brought her to popularity. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you know what she looks like?
No, I don't.
Yeah, that was
Maybe
Sadie.
it was her.
We went to Sadie's apartment, dude.
It was Sadie, man.
That's what happened.
Sadie's
that was
a hot Asian.
That was the Tiger beatdown.
She, yeah.
Sadie's having a meltdown.
Oh
is
yeah,
she?
about what?
That's the one benefit of Trump winning is that you get to just go read Sadie's feed and
Oh yeah. What you got going now these days?
the same shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
That's the problem is that people like that focus their energy on me.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's bigger problems out there than
yeah.
Well,
jokes.
she had a 24-hour meltdown because I've never interacted with her once ever.
Yeah.
And then one time she made some dumb statement about I think it was like Bernie Bros or something or whatever, and I just responded with a picture of Dr. Evil, and then it just said right. I was having like an Austin Powers renaissance that week.
That was so funny.
Every few years you have to.
Well, it became very funny to me again to make Austin Powers references.
Sure.
In the same way that like Borat references were ironically funny.
Yes.
Like,
but Austin Powers is even funnier to me.
Yeah, baby. To like say that, especially if you can do it like at work. If you're at work and you can just annoy someone all day with Austin Powers references, and then they'll go, "Yeah, man." And then they go home and he's like, "You won't fucking shut up about Austin Powers." And this guy beating his wife because I kept saying Mojo.
Have you heard?
That's the funniest shit in the world.
Have you
to me.
heard Colin Quinn's story about how he turned down Austin Powers?
No.
Here's his whole story.
Was he supposed to be
He was
Austin
supposed to
Powers?
be Scott. He was supposed to be.
Really?
He was supposed to
What
be
the
Seth
fuck?
Green.
What?
Dude, it sounds crazy, but there's here's why he would have been amazing at it. There's an episode of Larry Sanders where he plays Rip Torn's spoiled son named Cully. And it's every line is like he's like an intern for the Larry Sanders show. He's just fucking everybody on set.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
Gary Shandling will be like, "Hey, can I get a mango sorbet?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, one homo surprise coming right up." Like he's like a dick. And like, you see like, "Oh shit, he would." That's why Mike Myers was probably like, "You have to do this." And I guess Colin just tells him, "I got my own shit I'm working on." So so he turned it down.
Wasn't he too old to play his?
But that's
son?
part of the humor of it is that he's
part of the
like kind
joke.
of.
That makes sense.
He's almost too old to be the son,
That
but
makes
he is the
sense.
son.
Yeah. I get that. Fuck, that's so funny.
So you were saying the Sady Doyle story.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. So I tweeted that right thing at her that one time. I've told this story already. I mean, the fans of the show are familiar with it. I guess so. Yeah, she spent the next like 24 hours like tweeting at me like, "I know you're fucking friends with Kurt Metzger," and then it was about Kurt, and then about how like Kurt's a rapist and he's literally murdered. I don't know if you know this, but Kurt murdered 37 women.
Right. Yeah, I've heard. I can't believe he still gets work.
Yeah. So she's going off about Kurt, and then she's like tweeting at Amy Schumer because of me. Tweeting that one picture. It's like
I'm pretty sure Amy does not check her Twitter anymore.
Amy doesn't know who the fuck I am.
Amy's got some shit going on. I don't know if she's heard about it.
Yeah,
but
I've never even met Amy. Amy doesn't know who I am. So, and then everyone's like making fun of Sadie for having a problem with me because like I've never interacted with her beyond that like right thing, and I just keep posting that picture of Dr. Evil over and over again. And she just went for 48 hours. Just went nuts.
The thing is, like, yeah, she did a thing. There's like a type of blogger that is just fueled by anger rather like that's their form of being entertained, and it's not fact. Like she just wanted to bait me. I remember she emailed me originally. I was like, "Hey, I saw you at the Comedy Cellar and your act really stood out. I'd love to interview you sometime." And I was like on the road. I was like, "Oh yeah, sure, why not?" And she wrote back a couple of days later, like pages of rape statistics because I told a rape joke.
Oh my god!
And I was like, "Oh, this doesn't sound like an interview. It sounds like something else." Yeah. And then I just sent it to my manager, and she was like, "Oh, you got to send all interviews through me." I was like, "Well, I don't think this is what most interviewers are like."
Do you like talk to your manager with that kind of stuff?
Well, I had a different manager at the time, and I was kind of this was a few years ago, and I was kind of like, "Yeah, I don't."
I talk to my manager like once every 6 months, and they're like, "What are you working on?" I'm like, "Nothing." They're like, "All right."
Well, you should. They work for you. You got to hit them up.
Yeah,
I talk to my guy.
They're good. They've done stuff for me, but I guess I don't really know what market there is for a cum podcast outside of the one we've already created.
I think you guys are onto something. Man.
We're doing
you guys got a good dynamic.
Everybody listening to this is a premium subscriber, so you have free admittance to Sam's show tonight. If you want.
Come down to the big.
I wasn't serious about that.
About what?
But they get in the show for free.
Oh.
You look
come to the
nervous
big
for
hunt.
a second.
Oh no,
7:30
and less.
10
come free.
10
I don't care.
Yeah.
But what?
The joke is this won't go up until tomorrow, so there's no way they can get it.
It's gonna go tomorrow or today.
I don't know. I gotta fuck what? Where am I gonna edit it and upload it?
Oh, you're right.
Dude.
You're right.
Yeah, the Sady Doyle thing was hilarious though, because she really I remember when she posted that article about me, I just woke up to like angry tweets like, "I hope you die," and I was like, well, this is a different Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And then I saw, I was like, oh, she took my joke not only out of context, but she omitted the punchline.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, ooh, that's kind of a problem. You're just writing a fucked up setup.
Right.
And I remember I sent it. I was like, well, I got to respond to this. And that's when it got I probably could have just let it die and nothing would have happened.
Right.
But like it got traction when I responded. And it's funny because you see who your friends are in those moments. Because I remember a couple comics kind of were like writing like passive aggressive shit about me.
Really?
Yeah. And I was shocked. I was like, oh, I thought I was friends with that guy. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And I remember I sent my response to Colin Quinn, and I was like, "Hey, what do you think of this?" And he was like, "How dare she like omit your punchline? This is like because he's like the most angered by this, of course. He's and he said something like, this is a great response. Take out this one line. It's pretty gay.
Yeah. You should have had like an addendum at the end that was like, I was also going to say this, but Colin Quinn said it was gay.
I should have. Well, I remember...
and that's really the real treat to the Trump thing. As bad as it's going to be to see people like that, just a little bit more upset than they already were. Makes it worth it. Is that spiteful? Absolutely. Is it wrong for me to do that? Probably.
Yeah.
Will I do it? Yes.
Just enjoy it, you mean?
Yeah.
Despite all the other damage?
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do?
That. I'm doing it.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're always going to do it.
Yeah. I'm going to send Sadie Dr. Evil memes now.
Those were great.
Dr. Evil saying, huge. Huge. It's going to be great, Sadie. It's going to be really good, okay?
It is funny. It seems like Trump's already fucking like what he already said, he might keep some parts of Obamacare.
Oh, yeah. He's not going to repeal Obamacare. I'm going to amend Obamacare. There's a lot of great stuff in there that I really like,
It's awesome that he's just already flip-flopping.
Pre-existing conditions are staying in there.